It's back. So, where do I start? This truck's been sitting for, let's see, almost 2 weeks. So, I ended up sending the gauge cluster to Wisconsin. I'm not naming no names. The other day, I got me a little present. Here's our redone gauge cluster. There's our label for the warranty. So, one thing to note, this truck, as you all know, had a problem with battery draining. And as I said, I was suspicious of a cluster doing it. And in fact, the whole entire time while this truck was sitting at the guy's house, the battery did in fact not discharge. So it started right back up. Of course, using the relay, that is. It started right back up, so the battery is still in good condition. So I'm going to go ahead and put this gauge cluster back in it. I'm not going to film that part of it. And well, I have to remove the bezel, obviously, so I'm going to put all that back together and turn the camera back on. Okay, so on this one here, make sure that is recording. You got to pull your cover off. It's just clipped in, very easy, but you have to remove your fender brace. Dirt daubers galore. This is all rusted up, and I suspect it's got some sorry, I was looking at the wires here. Somebody rigged some wires into the relay, seeing what this is all about. Let me get my bearings and I'll turn the camera back on. Anyway, that says ignition relay, and somebody jumpered. Somebody took main power out of the relay. I don't even know what to say to that. Anyway, this is what a good box looks like. Alright, so, well, essentially like this here, of course, we still got to verify and make sure that our fuses are in the correct way. This one don't look bad. I'm just going to have a look-see at something. Actually, that's in backwards. Just making sure that nobody burnt the relay up. I think I might have looked at that the last time. I don't remember. I slept since then, so anyway, moving on. The relay box just lifts out. You push on the retainer clip back here, and it just pushes out like this here. We do have a nest of something in here. I don't see any damage just yet. Anyway, let me pause you up, get some of this crap on top here knocked loose, and we'll go from there. Don't let this confuse you. It's black, it's power. Hooks right there to the side, comes straight from the battery. I'm going to go ahead and show you this fuse box. Let's see how much rust and stuff is on this. And like I said, it's set in the field and then it's set in the barn, so this thing is pretty bad. I hope the camera can see all of it. You know, I'm not gonna go through there and try to clean all that for what it costs to replace a fuse box on these trucks. Kind of senseless. You're gonna have more labor cost in it than what it's worth at the end. You plug everything back in. It's really straightforward. No need for me to show you these. The plugs are keyed, so they can only go in one way. Not to mention it don't have that many wires. This red wire here, they had on the main lug. That's not correct. It goes on the stud. I do know that for sure. And then this wire here is hooked up, and for the rest of it, it just clips in here. It literally clips back in like that. Then you put the lid back on, and that's the extent of changing the fuse box. Now, I know the next question on everybody's mind is, well, you changed the fuse box. Now, let's see if I made the right call on the fuse box or not. Remember, that truck was not starting on the key before. Without further ado, I'll try to crank this baby and see what we got going on. and the fuse box shall set you free. So without me picking around, disconnecting wires and trying to decipher everything that's bad on the truck. So there you go. Fuse box. Perfect. Alright. Now we got, oh, I didn't look at the dash. Well, ain't that something? I did not look at the dash at all, see if we got proper inputs, outputs. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Our gauges are working. Well, at least they appear to be working. And as you done figured out, one thing that is not working on this thing is the power steering pump, because I noticed a while ago on the floor it had a puddle. So, ooh, wow, killer smell. That's one thing that isn't working, and we also got a laces misfire. So, phew, we're gonna hook us a scan tool up after we open the door for a minute. I got to rearrange a little bit in here so I get this truck up on the lift. Need to do some investigating and see what's going on underneath. One more thing real quick, as far as that fuse box is concerned. Some of you might think I'm nuts, but I'm not going to try to salvage any fuses out of here. This thing is going to get thrown away. I'm not taking a chance on grabbing a fuse out of there that I save out of this thing and something be the matter with the fuse and be dirty, not connecting right. Something. I'm not going to take that chance. It's going in the garbage. All right, so let me give you folks a little bit of an update. I checked the coils just out real quick. I don't have a lot of time because I'm a little bit behind before my trip, and the trip is very important to me. But anyway, so number 2 on the scan tool is talking about a number 2 and a number 7, and in fact, a lot of times you can't depend on that on a GM a whole lot. When it tells you number 2, number 7, it may or may not be number 2 or number 7. But anyway, I unplugged the plug wires, and we have some good fire there, but unplugged the coil wires, the injector, and it dropped a little, but didn't drop like the other cylinders. Now, you've got to understand the history with this truck. This truck sat in a field. And from the field, it sat there for a long time from what I am understanding, and from the field it sat in the barn for a long time. So now, that could be fuel injector sticking, you know, dirty fuel and all that good stuff. I'm gonna recommend the guy throw a couple of cans of seafoam in it. He ain't gonna hurt it at this stage. I'm sure the mass airflow is completely skewed. I seen numbers a while ago that just not right. I can't run this truck very long. It smells god awful. I mean, god awful. That's a dead giveaway right there that either the fuel is bad, you know, or something else is going on with the injector. I don't know. At this point in time, it don't matter. The power steering pump is completely rusted on the line coming out of it, so it's leaking in the floor. I had to check that real quick, and at this point in time, like I said, I'm not going to repair all this right now. This truck is coming back, but right now, what we set out to do, what I diagnosed in the first place, that's fixed. Guys, appreciate you all watching. Like, subscribe, comments, questions, you know, concerns, you know where to put them, and I'm going to see you on the next one.